What up, doing? Welcome to the middle-aged muscle man musician. Definitely subscribe. Don't forget to do that. I'm gonna be hitting you guys with all kinds of great content. Go back and watch the Tangat Ali video, watch the Gyno video, and the training split video. And I got a BPC 157 video coming too. So today we're gonna talk about weight loss and how much weight is too much to lose. And this isn't just about the fact that you're going to lose some muscle when you lose weight rapidly. There's all kinds of other things you want to watch out for. And I'm really urging people to lose weight more slowly than I did. If you watch the channel at all, you'll know that I lost close to 60 pounds in about 24 weeks. That was a little too rapid, and I'll tell you why. The biggest reason that you started this journey, more than likely, was to lose weight, to lose body fat. That's really what I mean by when I say lose weight. You know, you start seeing muscle definition, body pain lessens. You get to kind of watch the pounds drop off. It shows you the progress that you're going in the right direction. Your measurements are getting closer to the goals that you set at the beginning of everything. But as far as losing weight too quickly, you're going to end up with loose skin. You're finally in a position where you want to pose, you want to show what you have, but yet certain angles and certain places you're funny about, possibly more uncomfortable about than you were before you lost the weight. One thing that you truly will struggle with if you lose too rapidly is you lose a lot of your leverage. You don't realize how much you were using your, whether it's in the gym or you have a physical job or just doing some work at home, that you used to use your weight a lot more for leverage than you probably realized. And now all of a sudden that's not there. You feel like a skinny guy. You feel like a kid. So there's that. That's a definite negative. You're going to lift less weight because, you know, before you had less of a travel from the bar to your body. You're using that momentum from your leverage, your body weight, to kind of push the weight up. You did probably have more musculature when you were a bit heavier, so you're going to lift less weight. If it's rapid, kind of at the pace that I did, you'll end up with rib flare. And I have some pictures that I've put up before about rib flare. You almost can't get around it when you lose a lot of weight in a short amount of time. You know, it has to do with a muscle imbalance, but there's not a lot you can do as far as, well, I'm just going to build this muscle then to balance it out. It doesn't work that way. You're going to end up with, you know, your ribs sticking out. I mean, you can probably still see mine there. I'm not sure. It's going to give you upper and middle back pain. It's going to make you look, you know, aesthetically less pleasing. You're going to have to start doing certain stretches and stuff like that to alleviate it. It's quite painful and uncomfortable. You lose a lot of weight, you're also going to have less energy. And some of the stuff that I'm listing off that I've scribbled down here, you can't really undo later. You're probably asking yourself, well, what is this guy rambling about? What is too much weight? Anything above 1% of your body weight in a week is too much. You can build muscle while losing weight, while losing fat. You just have to meter it a bit. You have to be more gradual. I mean, like I said, for me, my first 15 weeks, I lost 33 pounds. You know, I started out around 240. That's a high percentage. And you have to realize that along those 15 weeks, in order to average out to where I was over 2 pounds a week, there were probably some 4 or 5 pound weeks in there. Far too rapid. The next 9 weeks I lost 20 pounds. Still over 2 pounds a week. It was still too much. So yeah, over the first 24 weeks I lost 53 pounds. Now I've gotten to where I just lose a couple of pounds a month. That's kind of what I should have done before. You know, a part of you will feel like, oh my God, this is taking forever. But you really don't want that loose skin. You know, you don't want to lose muscle. You don't want that skinny appearance. You don't totally want to overnight practically lose your leverage. You will develop bad eating habits if you're going too quickly, and that's one of the ones that can't really be undone. The rib flare will be extra work for you to try and get rid of that, and a host of other problems. So yeah, the right number, if I would have done about half of what I did, if I would have averaged, a pound a week or less, I wouldn't have dealt with any of these side effects. I still look pretty damn good. I look back to when I lost the first 30 or so pounds, and I'm not that unhappy with my physique then. You could still see yourself going in the right direction. You see good proportion. You're strong. You have enough strength to really push through and take your workouts to the next level. You're getting your cardio up to the point where you can do those long distances, so that way you can kind of eat what you want. I mean, right now, like I said, I'm less than half of what I was doing before as far as the weight loss goes. I'm seeing more muscle growth. It's more obvious. My strength is back. Progressive overload is easier. You don't have fluctuating strength and energy levels. Sometimes when you're trying to go up, meaning you're trying to progressive overload over time, your body's kind of fighting against that. So you have this up and down type of thing going on internally, and it really throws you off your training. It feels like you lose it more in proportion when it's a little more gradual. Almost like your body kind of understands what to do more, whereas it's kind of overwhelmed if you're losing it at a very rapid pace. Less loose skin, less stretch marks. So I would say, just to think of it this way, if you start out at 250 pounds, try to lose no more than just over a pound a week. I know that sounds crazy. I know that it'll take you a year to get down to 200 pounds. But man, you will feel so much better. You'll look better. You'll look healthier. You won't be overworked. You'll be more proportionate. You'll have a better base. I always talk about the base, the foundation. That's what I taught my teenage son. I gave him very basic, old school compound movements at first. Very basic, easy to follow direction as far as his training splits and stuff like that went. We focused on form. You're able to really get in tune with those principles when you're not just losing weight like mad. You're not just withering away. And again, like I said earlier, say you're losing a pound and a half a week on average. You look at the end of the year, you're at 200 pounds or whatever it is. Say you started at 250. There were some weeks in there where you lost too much. You know what I mean? Obviously, there's weeks in there you may have gained a pound or something like that. But there's weeks in there where you lost too much. Most guys who do these videos and talk about weight loss and calorie deficits and all of these sorts of things and how much weight you can lose and how much muscle you could still gain while you're losing weight. Most of those guys, if not all, never started from a place where they were, say, 250 pounds, they were 70 or so pounds overweight. You know what I mean? They can look at mathematical equations. They can try and take what happened with their body or someone they trained and kind of prorate it to you, but they never experienced it firsthand. And one of the things I stress on this channel, and I'm getting to the training videos gradually, is that there are types of training that suit people in that position, especially who are, I guess you could say my target demographic or whatever, middle-aged or around there someplace. There are training methods that will work specifically for you. If you're trying to lose a significant amount of weight, you want to get into that healthy body weight zone, but you also want to start building muscle so that down the road you can have somewhat of a beach physique, a bodybuilder's physique. But I'm really urging you guys, from my experience, do not lose weight at the rate that I did. Don't average more than 1% of your body weight per week. That's kind of crazy. It's an extreme amount of a calorie deficit, and it'll build in too many bad habits and too many, I guess you could say, side effects that you really don't want as you start this journey. You want to start it off right. You want to start it off with real expectations for the future. If you do like I did and you lose, 100 pounds or something like that, you won't believe what the hell your expectations for how much weight you're going to push is going to be in the future. You have no idea what your measurement goals are going to become, what your overall physique goal is going to become. It's going to be unreachable. It's going to be extreme because you started out from an extreme principle. So I'll just leave it at that. I gave you a little list of negative things that can happen if you lose it too quickly. Again, of course, we really want to lose it quickly get to our goals more quickly. That's one of the main things you guys watch these videos for, is to learn how to do that. But what I'm telling you is that if you do it that way, you won't get to the goals that you want as far as your overall physique in the future. You just won't. You won't be jacked. Best case scenario, you'll be a little overly lean. You may look okay, but you're not going to be happy with the strength levels you have. You'll have a really difficult time building any kind of bulk in the future. And you'll have a host of other problems that you have to deal with outside of the gym. But hopefully this has been helpful. I know a lot of guys are saying the same, but like I said, it's coming from a place where I literally just went through it. And I can tell you exactly what to do and what not to do from my point of view. So if you have any input, share your transformation stories with me. I want to know how much you lost. I want to know if you lost a lot rapidly, what negatives you dealt with because of it. What you would tell people to lose or not lose. And if you're starting a journey, give me a shout. I'd love to be of assistance to you. I've helped a few others already, and I've definitely helped myself, and it just keeps getting better every single week. But on that note, I say peace.